Hello friends, I am Noman Nasser. I am doing this YouTube video again just because I have updated my website, and I'm doing this for my project too. Class 9 CS 4020 net ID WD6888. Title is Does Google Street View Violates Privacy? Let's go to my website, and here is my website. That's the home page. Title, logo, and my abstract. So sometimes what happens is whenever it's about Google Street View, sometimes what happens is whenever Google is trying to take pictures of people, pictures of the buildings and the streets, sometimes it also captures pictures of people and cars and their license plates. So so it was actually capturing people unnoticed. So they might be in some awkward situations which they do not want to share with somebody, and that was causing trouble to people because it was violating their privacy. So I'm gonna discuss how does the Google violates privacy of people in my project. So I'm gonna cover three main topics in it: how Google Street View was initiated and what were the difficulties that were faced by Google, and privacy issues that were faced by Google Street View in various countries, and what were the measures taken by the other countries to protect their privacy. And I'm also going to address how Google addresses the challenges of the protection of addresses the challenge of protecting the privacy of people. And I'm also gonna conduct an interview with one of my uncle's friend who is working in Google, and he's a part of team of Google Maps. And I'm also gonna conduct a survey, which is gonna be between the age of 24 to 65. And if you have any questions, you can email me on my email. Let's get the introduction. As we know, over the years there has been several changes in technology and web development. So as Google has also advanced, but it was having trouble with the privacy standards all over the world. So I'm gonna discuss how Google was initiated when a student was doing his experiment at Stanford University, and how it was how the experiment of the person was changed to the actual project, which we use today, Google Street View, and what were the procedures that they used to follow to capture the pictures of the different locations, and apart from that, how Google has overcome the problem of privacy violation. So I'm gonna cover all those things in my project. So this is a little background in the history of Google Street View. So those were the type of cars they used to use, and that was the camera attachment on the top of the car, and they used to travel in the cars all over the streets, trying to take pictures in different angles. And this was initiated in the year 2007, when they started with 7 employees, which used to work full-time for the Street View project. They used different types of cameras, At the time, there was not advanced technology in cameras, so they had to design some of their own cameras to take pictures in different angles. So when they were collecting information, they also had to store the information in different storages. So that was the old hard disk that they used in their vehicles to save the data. They used to fill up at least 6 to 8 hard disks at a time, and then they would send it to the Google centers to process the data. So while processing the data, the softwares that they used was supposed to mix and mash all the pictures and automatically adjust the brightness and exposure of the picture, so that as you can see here, the brightness and the color exposures are adjusted, and the outcome would look like that in the picture. So hence today we use whenever we use a Google Street View, we can have a 360 view of any location. So that was a combination of at least 15 pictures taken at different angles. So that's how they achieved the one complete picture of any location or place. Let's go ahead into issues and the people's opinion about Google Street View. Google faced a lot of trouble in European countries because they have very strict data protection policies in their law system. So Google faced a lot of trouble and also paid a lot of fine while violating their privacy protection law. In Germany in 2010, Google was fined almost $180,000 euros, which were for violating the privacy in Germany. And similarly in 2012 in Switzerland, Google was also fined again with some huge amount, and for violating the privacy. Even in Poland, there was a fine to Google. In United Kingdom, 2010, 2014, recently as well, there was a letter written by Matt Hess, who's the CEO of Axel Spring Publisher. He wrote the letter that it was quite interesting that he mentioned how Google manipulates the business world, because whenever a person is trying to search a business in Google search bar, they can immediately get results of the businesses that are paying Google to keep their links in Google search engine, whereas they would get the different there would be different output for the businesses that are not paying. Probably they would be in the second page of the search, which is the least explored page, because mostly when people search any businesses, they just look for the first page and the frequently searched business. So that was a new thing to learn. And it also covers how the process was, how it was processed, what was the process that Google adapt to change the problem that it was facing for a long time. And They use different algorithms that detects the faces of faces in the images, and it automatically processes it and tries to blur it. They are able to blur it up to 87% for the human faces, and they are able to achieve 93.6 percentage for the European license plates, and 96.5 percentage for United States license plates. Let's go to results and observation. What I understand after my interview with my uncle's friend, and also after conducting some observations, that that many of the youth doesn't care about they care about the privacy, because they are so involved in the technology, and hence they don't even care about the privacy. This is the result of a survey with a young man who is a student who goes to the same university, and he said that he visited a lot of places to friends and family, and whenever he tries to visit a new place, he uses Google Maps and the navigation system in their phone, and sometimes also use Google Street View to look at the images of the place that he's trying to visit. So, and as you can notice here, he doesn't care about it, and also suggests that technology is trying to help us, so we should support it. And when I conducted, and there was another case of a middle-aged man who is a businessman. He suggested that we should stop Google from taking pictures, because that violates the privacy. But he also mentioned that he mostly regularly use Google Street View, because since he's a businessman, he has to visit places to places. So whenever he's visiting a new place, he gotta look at it and make sure it is right place. So he was conscious about the privacy issues, and he suggested that we should find a way to stop Google from violating this privacy. And there was another interesting case when it was given to a person who is older, who is a senior citizen. Well, as we know, older people are not too that much involved in the technology, but they try to stick to the old school method. Before visiting any place, they ask people around how to visit that place. So, but he was aware of the issue that there are several privacy issues with the latest technologies like cloud computing and Google Maps and stuff like that. So, but he was aware of all those things. That's why I think they want to stick to the old ways of living the life where they are not attached, where one is not attached to technology that much, like as we are today. As far as my opinion is concerned, I also use a lot of electronic gadgets and technology. like Google Maps. Whenever I try to visit places, I use navigation, and if I'm visiting some new places, I would look at Google Street View for to understand the place where I'm gonna visit, and that's the summary and the references that I took information from, and that's the appendix as the interview that I went with my friend. I would like to thank Professor Lim for giving me opportunity to do this wonderful project, which from which I learned a lot about privacy issues. Before this, I was not aware. I actually did not care about the privacy, but after doing this project, I learned that the privacy is a very important thing. So data protection should be done. I hope you guys liked my project. Thank you.